Alright, we're doing Dark Souls 1 bosses, DLC included, just the way I like it. I'm excited for this one. This one has a lot going for it, and you get to chime in on this one.
Yeah,
Because you actually played it recently and beat it. Now, you didn't get to beat every boss, so that's going to be
I think I missed
unfortunate.
three bosses or something like that.
Yeah, you didn't miss too many. So, let's see. ABC. We need an F tier. Add row below. What color will make it? We'll make it. No, we're not gonna make it purple. That's too cool. Oh, wait, sorry. We're doing the F tier. We're gonna make that bluish. Cool. All right, let's get it started. Asylum Demon. He's about your average, like, I would say he's in.
Easy.
You think he's D? I think compared to everything that's to come, he's C. Like, you just go back to him, you smack him around, you can kill him. Like, he may be a little boring, but, well,
It's pretty boring.
I mean, for Dark Souls 1, though, when you first stepped into it, but I guess you can just come on, like, do a top rope finisher on him, take out 90% of his health, so you might have a point there. You know what? I'll give it to you. I'll lean more towards your side, even though you didn't have to make much of an argument. But you know, I feel it. He's not really much. He's literally only a thing that exists at the beginning of the game, and then when you come back, no matter what, if you have a weapon, you're gonna win. You don't even have to upgrade said weapon, probably. As long as you have a real weapon. As long as I have a real weapon. Jax.
Okay,
Anyways,
Jax.
next boss is from the DLC, Calumet. You never got to meet Calumet. He's probably, man, he's probably gonna be at A tier or B tier. He's not S tier, but as far as like who he is, he's probably he's one of the three suspected dragons throughout the entire series of Souls games, where he's closest to the ancient dragons, the eternal dragons, whatever you want to call them. He's the closest to them, almost. He does have a cool one-eyed gem thing going on. He can grab you with his mind. He has gold and black fire. Yeah, he's just, and his fight's actually kind of challenging if you actually shoot him down. He has a little gimmick where you have to ask a giant to shoot him with a bow and arrow so that he doesn't fly, and then you have the terrible experience of trying to fight him while he's flying, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people made that mistake. But yep, other than that, once you hit him to the ground, it's actually a pretty fun fight. Kind of fair too, ish. Fair-ish. I'm not gonna lie, he does hit like a truck. So, anyways, enough going on about him. Bell Gargoyles. That's about your C
Yeah,
fight right
they're
there.
just average. C tier's good.
Yeah, they're nothing special. It's just two gargoyles. I think the only thing that was sad to think about, it was somebody explained a little bit of lore, or maybe not even lore. It was just more of a speculation that the first gargoyle you were fighting, it's actually bigger than the one that comes like out second to fight you, and supposedly you're fighting like a mother and child, or a father and child, or something like that. I didn't know that until like a little bit ago. I was like, man, that's kind of sad. I didn't think I was beating up a parent and child.
I mean,
I didn't even know they were
you're
different
not really
sizes.
you're not really the good guy in the Soul series.
Yeah, I guess so. Alright. You know what time it is. It's the bed of chaos. This is a F
No.
D tier, absolutely. See, this is why the D tier to me is like, I don't know. I feel like the bed of chaos is just boring if you know where to go and do. But you know what? It is an annoying fight. I think F tier is where it belongs.
It's really annoying.
Falling through the cracks, having to go around the damn thing to just hit.
All he does
hit
is
it
sweep you
once.
off over and over.
Yeah, it really isn't that great. So yeah, I agree. Capra Demon, I want to put him at D. Him by himself would be an average fight at C tier, but those dogs piss me off so much because you definitely have to kill them first because they're just gonna knock you, then they're gonna poison you, and once you actually take care of those, you still have to take care of him, and it's not like he doesn't do any damage. So yeah, it's just not a fun day. And if you ever just try to skip past all the people and the dogs to get to the boss room, once you're done killing them, if you didn't kill those dogs, they're gonna attack you inside the boss room immediately afterwards. So all around terrible. Ceaseless Discharge. I'm gonna put him at... Oh man, do I put him at C or D? Because he one-shots you, but he also can be killed very easily if you know where to go. You know, I think I'm gonna put him at D tier. Because other than the massive amount of damage, if he does his miss and you just hit him in his arm and he dies. First off, who dies to getting hit in the arm? That's just kind of lame. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna put him right there. Alright, Box, here comes our favorite. Centipede Demon.
Yeah, get that straight to F tier with him.
His boss arena sucks with all the lava. His attacks suck because they either knock you towards the lava or they're super wide, or he has a long range move right before it gets to you and you have to dodge that until he gets to land. It is just the worst.
There's nothing good about that fight.
I'm someone who did a pyro build too, so these fights and Quelaag here, those fights were awful. Those fights were really just difficult to do. And you know what I'm noticing right now? Quelaag's not actually on this list.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. Wonder how you guys missed that.
How do you miss
one.
Quelaag?
Oh, there she is right there. Never mind. Okay, never mind. My eyes... I guess my eyes aren't really adjusted. My apologies. Priscilla. So this is a difficult choice. On one hand, I didn't fight Priscilla because why would I? She didn't pose any threat. I looked up her weapon you get, and you get a little dagger, and I didn't want the dagger. And her boss fight, I just never got to experience. Now, I've seen somebody do it, especially like a speedrunner, and she's kind of got a cool thing where she goes invisible, but it's not all that useful. The only thing that would put her above D tier is just the simple fact that she's related to Seath, and I think that's awesome. So, do you have any input on
I like her character design a lot, to be honest. It's hard to want to fight her. She just wants to be left alone.
Yeah, I don't hate her design either. She does look cool as like a half dragon lady.
Right.
I'm not gonna put her at B because of that though. just based on looks. She does have a scythe though, which is kind of cool.
I thought you could get her scythe.
You can, and it has lifesteal. You know what? We'll put her at B. We'll put her at B just because, like, there's other ones in this tier list that are going to be worse, so. Alright. Speaking of that, Chaos Witch Quelaag. She's a very annoying fight. She's not difficult, so I think I'm just going to put her at C tier.
I mean, I went magic and I was just kind of 3 or 4 shotting bosses.
Yeah, even when I went pyro, she wasn't that difficult. She didn't take much in damage, but hey, you know what? Once I went through all my fireballs and used my weapon, it was just kind of game over. So, she's alright. The weapon you get from her is pretty sick though. You get like a curved sword and you do flips and stuff. It was pretty dope. Fire Sage Demon. He's just a demon but on fire. Who got corrupted by the bed of chaos, so he's either at D anyways or at C at best. He does do more damage and he does like magic spells, so I think he's better than regular Asylum Demon that doesn't do any of that. Alright, Gwendolyn. You never got to do this fight either. This is a fight where you go down a corridor, dodges spells, hit him, then he teleports down the corridor again, the infinite corridor, like he's SCP fucking infinite corridor. And you just smack him around. That's about it. He does have magic, he does have a crossbow. So it's kind of cool if he hits you with any of those. But overall, it's like you just roll dodge and go to the sides of the wall. It's not really that interesting. So I will put him at... he's not as like annoying or anything like that. So I'll put him at C tier. Now, 4 kings. Alright. This is either a D or an F right off rip. This fight sucks. This fight sucks if you don't kill each king fast enough before a different king respawns. And
I hated that fight.
Yeah, if you ever played it for your first time, this was not a fun fight to do. It is just the worst. They back away from you, they come at you and hit you with some like sweeping moves and moves that shouldn't have hit. The grab, which devastating grab move. Yeah. I think he's comfortably gonna just sit there at F tier. His lore, see, here's the thing though, if we consider his lore is kind of cool because it's like, it's all tied to like the humanity and the abyss and how the entire people got corrupted by the abyss and how Gwen had to flood the place just to stop them. I think that part's really cool, which makes me see, as the bed of chaos, if this was the witch herself of Izalith, she would be a 1, but the bed of chaos is like, that doesn't really count as her anymore. She's more of just an entity. So, and the centipede demon doesn't even have a back. He has no lore. He just sucks. He's just a shit fight.
He's just a big angry centipede that likes lava.
Bed of chaos might as well just be kind of like it's just an entity. It's just a thing. Whereas the 4 kings,
it's a janitor,
played a big role in the Dark Souls universe and future parts of the universe. So gaping dragon, it's a vagina with teeth. It's not really that interesting of a boss fight. He does do quite a bit of damage. You can chop off his tail for an axe, But other than that, really ain't much to him. D tier. You didn't get to fight Gaping Dragon, I know that. Because you had no idea where he was and you had no reason to run into him, so.
I never found him, no.
But when you see that boss fight, you'll see exactly what I mean. Alright. I think, oh man. I wish they didn't put it in this order, but I'll do a little bit of flipping around for the S tier because, you know, actually I'll just do it now. Gwen is going to the S tier.
Oh yeah,
Not only by just,
he belongs.
not only by boss fight, his boss fight isn't the like craziest or anything. He does have the plink.
He has some
plonk
cool
music.
moves.
He does have some cool moves. Lore wise, his lore is S tier. He is the worst person to ever exist in the Dark Souls universe. He causes every single problem, every single demon, every single everything because of his actions. He is actually like, he is the dark Chad. He's not the light Chad of justice. Yeah, Gwyn definitely belongs in the S tier just by his story alone and what he does for the rest of the Dark Souls universe. But plink plink plonk music though, am I right? Alright, and I'm gonna skip ahead past these guys. No, I'm gonna leave this alone and then just skip to Nito then. Nito. Nito wasn't that crazy of a fight. Once you defeat his little skeleton, he does have some poison, which is really annoying, but it really wasn't that hard to dodge his attacks because it was pretty telegraphed. And his spells, yeah, he really wasn't that boring, so it is what it is. The Iron Golem. Pretty average.
Easy fight, honestly. Just average.
I feel like Gaping Dragon should be up one more, if that's the case. Because these ones have a little bit of like, oh god, that sucked to it. Whereas the Iron Golem didn't, like, he just falls over and falls out the arena. Like, he really isn't. And I think if for anybody who wants to argue the Asylum Demon when I just said like, oh, these guys, oh, there's something to hate. This one is just more of like, the thing you have to hate is the fact that like you could kill him if you're good enough at the game, at the beginning, but it takes so much time, and then you'll have to come back to this place anyways, and then you're like, oh man, now if I get a real weapon it'd probably be possible. It's just all that thinking you'd have to do where it's just like, eventually I'll just come back here and kill him, which is annoying because I wish I could just
He's
kill
just
him right
an
now.
annoyance. That's all he is.
Artorias, no question, not even there's not going to be an argument between me and Box here. He belongs in S tier no matter what. He
Oh yeah,
Abyss.
yeah.
He raised a wolf boy, the goodest of boys. He was just a super warrior. He was just awesome. His boss fight was awesome. There's actually cut dialogue for him if you ever want to check that out one day. I wonder if I can find a link that I can put in.
I don't think I've heard it before.
Oh yeah, I might. You know what? I might go do that. I might put a link down in the description or something for people to hear the cut dialogue from him. It's pretty cool. His entrance is cool. He basically just pulls a penetrator and just throws someone across the room. It's pretty good. Sif.
That's pretty crazy.
We have to put Sif at S tier. If Artorias is at A tier. No other game did a giant wolf with a giant sword. Crazy.
That fight
moves,
hurt me.
Made you feel sad. Makes it even sadder if you are doing a second playthrough of the game, you beat the DLC, then you go meet, or you meet Sif, and he recognizes your smell because you went back in the past and everything. It's just great. You get to summon him for Manus. Like, it's beautiful. Okay?
You just don't want to fight him. It just feels bad.
Absolutely. Moonlit Butterfly. I don't even want to put him at C, but he wasn't. The only annoying thing about him that I could say was that it would, if you didn't kill it, it'd fly backwards, and then you'd have to wait for him to come back at fucking 1 mile an hour.
That's only if you're melee.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, no. Dumb fight. Manus. Manus of the Abyss definitely belongs in the S tier. No contest, because, I mean, the rest of the Dark Souls universe is basically based off him too. Humanity and all. Dark Souls 2 is about his fractured fragments, which I'll go, explain when I do the Dark Souls 2 video, tier list. Yeah, he's opposite of Gwyn, but somehow he could be just as evil, but he's a byproduct, really, of Gwyn's whole reign. He was just locked away, and they discovered him. They discovered the Abyss, and he wanted to take his revenge and bring the Age of Humanity, but it was being all corrupted. So Manus is really just a byproduct if you think about it. But yeah, he definitely belongs up here. He's the reason Artorias and Sif is up here. He's the main antagonist, essentially, to Gwyn, if you think about it. So, yep, definitely belongs up there. Ornstein,
wild fight
Smo,
too.
Yes, the combos that he can pull off on you when he does that 8-hit combo, as if he's playing Tekken, or I don't know, and he's got the Tekken 10-hit combo to himself. Oh god, there's dark balls of death, where he shoves them dark balls down your throat. Nah, pause, but it's a little late, guys, sorry. Yeah, no, he hits like a truck. In fact, I think he's probably the hardest hitting boss in all of Dark Souls 1, I'm pretty sure.
I think he was the boss I had the most trouble with in 1.
He's definitely not an easy boss. Ornstein and Smo, definitely A tier. Their fight, it may suck to fight 2 of them, but at least you have cover. At least you can, no matter what build you do, you're probably safe to defeat one of them and then defeat the other. If you're a mage, you have range, so you can take care of one. Pyromancy is pyromancy. Yeah, their lore is great. Ornstein is just a dragon slayer. Smo there is just a glutton fat dude who just kept eating to his heart content. Yeah. Anyways, yep, Ornstein and Smo definitely belong up there. And then when you defeat one of them, the other one takes the other one's powers. It's just, it's great.
It's just a cool fight. And Ornstein is kind of a badass, honestly.
We need to, you know what, we might have to add a god tier. I'll just leave Pinwheel up at the S tier for now. Pinwheel is, obviously the greatest of all time. He's actually greater than
Hardest
Gwyn.
boss of the game right there.
Hardest boss. He's just amazing. His lore is just fantastic. Actually, his lore is pretty good. But, nope. Super S tier. In fact, I'd make an SS tier if I wasn't so tired.
It's a special solo tier.
Yeah. I was going to put God tier. So just so you know, guys, if I wasn't tired right now, I would just simply just do a little bit of this. Do a little bit of that. Nope. We're just gonna put God tier. I'm just gonna, let's just do a little bit of that, huh? Anywho, Stray Demon. This one's actually worse in my opinion to the Asylum Demon. He hits a lot harder. Now, maybe it'd be better just to put him in C because of that. He's literally just a harder hitting Asylum Demon.
I'm pretty sure I bought him. He was annoying.
Oh man, Sanctuary Guardian, a Chimera. I'm just gonna say he's about average. He ain't anything special. Chop off
And
his
he
tail
was
is just,
not,
it's just
yeah,
not that good.
basic.
Seath the Scaleless, huh? Where
Hate
would
that
I
guy
put
still.
you? I hate him too. But I don't think I ever got cursed. Cease. Sorry guys, I got a text message at super late at night. Seath the Scaleless. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening with the Tauros Demon there. You know what, let's just deal with that right now. Tauros Demon. Average. Anyways. Seath the Scaleless. Boy, he is like really cool in design, really cool in lore. But that boss fight's horrible. He gets an automatic kill on you for free the first time you encounter him. You don't even get a chance to fight him. And then when you fight him again, he does the biggest AoE stabby crystal, which does blight and to get around him to try to smack him in the butt. It's very hard to do because of how his legs are placed, as if he's Squidward or something.
You gotta get that sword. It's important.
And then, of course, the way to get the Dark Moon Greatsword, or the Moon Greatsword, or whatever they call it in this one, you have to chop off his tail, which is very hard to do, very hard to pull off. But hey, it is what it is. So, I think I'll just put him in D. Because as much as I like his lore, I can't deny that boss fight sucks. But, okay. Dark Souls 1 tier list. Let's see. Yep, everything looks fine here. Especially.
Looks good to me. Pinwheel where he should be.
Yep. Alright, I guess that does it then. There's Dark Souls 1. Join us next time for when we do Dark Souls 2. Maybe it'll probably just be me because I did all the bosses. Box is in the middle of playing it. He actually hasn't seen all the bosses yet, so it is what it is. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time in the next video. Peace out,
See
y'all.
ya.